Hello, my amazing students, and welcome back to Daily English. Today, I want to share something that can change not only the way you learn English, but also the way you live your life. This is not just another lesson. This is not just motivation. This is about taking back control of your mind. Think about it for a moment. Most of us are not really living with our mind. We are trapped inside our mind. We smile on the outside, but inside our brain is noisy. We work hard, but thoughts never stop. We lie in bed at night, but our mind refuses to rest. When was the last time you felt completely still, truly present, truly at peace? For many people, the answer is never, because no one ever taught us how to manage the mind. An untrained mind can be your greatest enemy, but a calm and empty mind, a mind that is clear, is your greatest power. That's why today I will share 11 powerful steps that will help you quiet the noise, clear your head, and take back control of your focus and your peace. And as we go through these steps, you'll also be practicing English. Every sentence you hear is simple, clear, and useful. So this is not only an English lesson, it is also life practice. If you are tired of overthinking, tired of carrying the past, tired of worrying about the future, this video is your reset button. Let's begin. Step 1. Stop carrying mental garbage. Imagine you're walking through life with a backpack. But this backpack isn't filled with useful things. Every day you add more heavy stones. A negative comment someone made years ago. A mistake you can't forget. A painful memory from a relationship. A fear about the future. Pressure to impress people you don't even like. Day after day, the bag becomes heavier and heavier. You try to focus, but your mind is too full. You try to be happy, but guilt is always there.
You try to sleep, but your brain screams with hundreds of thoughts. This is what I call mental garbage, and you carry it everywhere, into your job, your relationships, even into your dreams. But here's the truth. Your brain was never designed to store everything forever. It's not a storage unit, it's a processor. It's meant to process and then release. But instead of releasing, we replay. We replay the breakup, the rejection, the embarrassing moment. And your brain doesn't know the difference between memory and reality. Every time you replay, you relive the pain. Let me share a story. A young woman named Clara was 29. On the outside, she smiled and looked happy. But inside, she carried one memory for 5 years. The day before her father died of a heart attack, he told her, "I'm disappointed in you." And she replied, "I don't care anymore." When he passed away that night, she blamed herself. For 5 long years, she carried that guilt like a stone in her chest. Every compliment she received, she didn't believe. Every job she took, she felt unworthy. Every night she lay awake hearing the same voice, "It's your fault." Until one day, she did something powerful. She wrote every guilty thought on a piece of paper and then threw the paper into the ocean. For the first time in years, she felt light. Not because her life changed, but because she finally emptied the garbage. So let me ask you, what are you carrying that doesn't belong in your life anymore? What thought or memory is living rent-free in your mind? Think about this. If you saw a bag of garbage on your bed, would you sleep next to it? Of course not. But we do this every day with our thoughts. Here's a simple exercise. Take a notebook and write at the top, "Things I need to take out of my mind." Then write everything that has been weighing you down. You don't need to fix it, just release it from your head onto paper. Because you cannot fill your life with peace until you empty your mind of pain. That's step 1. And once you do it, you will already feel lighter. Step 2. Get out of the overthinking loop.
Now let's move to step 2. Imagine you're sitting in a quiet room. Nothing is happening, but your mind is racing. one small thought appears. What if I fail? Then it multiplies. What if they don't love me? What if I sounded stupid? What if they're laughing at me? What if I never succeed? That one thought grows into 5, then 50, until your chest feels tight and your eyes start to water. But here's the truth. None of it is real. It's not the present. It's not the future. It's not based on facts. It's just a mental movie playing on repeat. Overthinking is not intelligence. It's not problem solving. It is mental torture disguised as thinking. And it doesn't just waste time. It drains energy. It makes you exhausted even when you've done nothing. It steals the present moment because your brain is too busy replaying the past or predicting disasters that may never come. Let me give an example. A student gave a presentation in class. Everyone clapped. The teacher smiled. It went perfectly. But that night, one thought appeared. Did I say something wrong? That thought multiplied. What if they laughed at me later? What if my teacher hated it? What if I looked nervous? Even though the reality was positive, the student believed the fear instead. That is the trap of overthinking. It begins with the seed of doubt. Then your mind builds stories. Then it believes those stories. Then you feel the emotions. And the cycle continues. But here's the secret. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing your thoughts. Thoughts can lie. They can repeat old fears. They can trick you into believing something false. But the moment you realize this, you take back your power. So next time the loop starts, don't argue with the thoughts. Don't try to solve everything. Just pause and say, this is overthinking. It's not real. I choose peace. Then breathe deeply for 60 seconds. Move your body. Stand, walk, stretch, clean something. Overthinking cannot survive when the body is in action. If the thought still returns, write it down. Then under it, write, I don't have to think about this right now. That's not running away. It's control. Remember, not all thoughts are true. If you believe every thought, you become a prisoner. But if you observe without believing, you become free. Spend 10 minutes each day simply watching your thoughts. Don't fight them. Don't follow them. Just observe. Slowly, the storm will quiet, and beneath it, you'll discover something powerful, the silence of your real mind.
Step 3. Focus on the present moment. Most people live in one of two places, the past or the future. We replay what already happened, or we worry about what hasn't even happened yet. But very few people actually live in the only time that is real, the present moment. Think about this. The past is gone. You can't touch it. You can't change it. You can't hold it in your hand. The future doesn't exist yet. You can't see it. You can't smell it. You can't stand inside it. The only place life is real is now. But the mind doesn't like now. The mind prefers to drag you backwards into guilt or push you forward into fear. Here's a simple truth. Anxiety lives in the future. Depression lives in the past. But peace lives in the present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a child playing with a ball. The child is not worrying about tomorrow's exam or yesterday's mistake. The child is fully present, laughing, chasing the ball, living completely in the moment. That is the natural state of the human mind before society fills it with fear and stress. So how do you practice living in the present? Start small. Right now, wherever you are, stop and look around. Notice one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, one thing you can feel. Breathe slowly and say to yourself, this moment is enough. At first, it will feel strange. Your brain will try to drag you back into the storm, but the more you practice presence, the stronger you become. Remember, life is not happening yesterday. Life is not happening tomorrow. Life is happening right now.
Step 4. Learn the art of letting go. One of the heaviest weights we carry is the inability to let go. We hold on to grudges, mistakes, lost opportunities, failed relationships, and old regrets. But here's the truth. You cannot start the next chapter of your life if you are still rereading the last one. Let me tell you a story. There were two monks traveling together. At one point, they came to a river where a young woman was struggling to cross. The older monk carried her across the river, put her down, and continued walking. Hours later, the younger monk finally exploded. "Why did you carry that woman? We monks are not supposed to do that." The older monk simply smiled and said, "Brother, I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" That story is powerful. It teaches us that most of our suffering doesn't come from what actually happens. It comes from holding on long after it's over. Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe you failed at something important. Maybe you missed an opportunity. But ask yourself, is holding on helping me, or is it keeping me stuck? Letting go doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean you say what happened was okay. It simply means you choose not to suffer twice. The event already hurt you once. Why keep hurting yourself again and again by replaying it? Here's a simple exercise. Every night before you sleep, whisper to yourself, "I release everything that no longer serves me. I let go of today. Tomorrow will be new." Do this daily and you'll notice something. Your heart feels lighter, your sleep feels deeper, and your mornings feel fresher. Because only empty hands can receive new blessings. Step 5. Simplify your life. Another reason our mind feels so heavy is because our lives are too complicated. We try to do too much, own too much, think too much, and please too many people. But the truth is, peace comes from simplicity. Think about your phone. When too many apps are open at the same time, what happens? The phone slows down, overheats, and sometimes even crashes. The same thing happens to your brain. When you are trying to handle too many things at once, your mental system becomes overloaded. The solution is not to add more, it is to subtract. Ask yourself, what can I remove from my life that is unnecessary? What can I say no to? What is stealing my time and energy without giving me joy or growth in return? For example, maybe you have 200 clothes in your closet, but you only wear 10 of them. The rest just create noise and confusion. Maybe you have 500 friends on social media, but only 5 of them actually care about you. The rest just distract you with negativity. Maybe you're trying to do 10 projects at once, but none of them get finished. Simplifying doesn't mean living with nothing. It means focusing on what truly matters. Here's a challenge. Every day, for 1 week, remove one unnecessary thing. Delete one app you don't need, give away one item you never use, say no to one task that drains you. Each small step will free your mind and create space for peace. Because the less clutter outside, the less clutter inside.
Step 6. Use the power of breathing. This step may sound too simple, but it is one of the most powerful tools you already have. Breathing. Most people don't breathe properly. They breathe shallow and fast, especially when they are stressed. But deep, slow breathing is like a reset button for the brain. It tells your body, you are safe, you are calm, you are in control. Science shows that just 2 minutes of deep breathing can lower stress, slow the heart rate, and quiet the mind. Here's a simple technique you can practice right now. It's called the 4-4-4 method. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. Repeat this for 2 or 3 minutes. Notice how your body starts to relax. Notice how your mind becomes quieter. Breathing is always with you. You don't need money. You don't need equipment. You don't need permission. Wherever you are, on a bus, in your bed, at work, in school, you can stop, breathe, and reset your mind. When life feels heavy, remember this. Before you react, before you panic,
Before you give up, breathe, because peace often begins with one single deep breath. Step 7. Create a daily reset ritual. Your mind, like your body, needs daily cleaning. You shower every day to remove dirt from your skin. You brush your teeth every day to remove bacteria. But how often do you clean your mind? Most of us carry yesterday's stress into today and then carry today's stress into tomorrow. No wonder our head feels heavy. That's why you need a daily reset ritual, a small, simple practice that tells your brain the day is over. I let it go. I return to peace. Your ritual can be anything. Writing in a journal for 5 minutes, listening to calming music before bed, drinking tea in silence, saying a short prayer, meditating. Even something as simple as washing your face with intention, imagining that you are washing away all the stress of the day. The key is consistency. If you make it a habit, your brain will learn this is the time to let go. Imagine waking up each morning with a clean mind, the same way you wake up with a clean body after a shower. That is the power of a daily reset ritual.
Step 8. Protect your mental diet. We all know that if you eat junk food every day, your body will suffer. But many people don't realize that your mind also has a diet. And what you consume through news, social media, conversations, or entertainment feeds your mind. If you constantly consume negativity, gossip, violent shows, or endless scrolling, your mind becomes polluted. But if you feed it with positivity, wisdom, learning, and uplifting conversations, your mind becomes healthy and strong. Ask yourself, what am I feeding my brain every day? Is it helping me grow, or is it making me weaker? Here's a simple rule. For every negative thing you consume, balance it with 2 positive things. If you hear bad news, listen to an inspiring podcast. If you scroll through stressful social media, balance it with reading something that teaches you. Remember, your thoughts are not only shaped by your own mind, they are shaped by what you consume. So protect your mental diet like you protect your body. Step 9. Move your body, move your mind. Your mind and your body are not separate. They are deeply connected. When your body is stiff and inactive, your mind becomes heavy. When your body is moving, your mind becomes lighter. That's why exercise is not only about health, it's about mental peace. You don't have to go to the gym for 2 hours or run a marathon. Even 10 minutes of walking, stretching, or dancing to music in your room can change your mood completely. Think about the last time you felt stressed, then you went for a walk. After a few minutes, the problem didn't feel as heavy. Why? Because movement breaks the cycle of stress. So make this a habit. Whenever your mind feels full, move your body. Stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, walk around the block, or even clean your room with energy. Movement tells your brain, we are not stuck, we are free.
Step 10. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is one of the most powerful medicines for the mind. When you focus on what you don't have, your mind feels empty. But when you focus on what you already have, your mind feels full in the best way. You don't need to wait for something big to happen. Gratitude can be for the smallest things. The sunlight in the morning, a glass of clean water, a smile from a stranger, the fact that you are alive and breathing right now. Here's a simple exercise. Every night before you sleep, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't need to be big, just 3 small blessings. Over time, this habit rewires your brain. You begin to notice more beauty in life. You start to focus less on what's missing and more on what's already here. And when your heart is full of gratitude, there is no room left for stress. Step 11. Remember who you really are. The final step is the most important of all. You must remember who you really are. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are not the voice in your head that says you are not good enough. You are not the labels that society puts on you. You are more than your past. You are more than your failures.
You are more than the thoughts that attack you at 2 a.m. Deep inside, you are pure awareness, pure potential, pure life. Your thoughts are just clouds passing by, but you are the sky, the wide, infinite space that holds everything. When you truly remember this, nothing can control you. Not fear, not regret, not overthinking. Because you know the truth. You are not trapped in your mind. You are the master of your mind. My dear students, if you practice even 2 or 3 of these steps, you will notice a change. If you practice all 11, your life will transform. Your mind is not your enemy. It is your greatest tool, if you learn how to use it. And today, you have taken the first step. So, breathe deeply, smile gently, and remember this. Your mind is not weak. It is just full. And now, you know how to empty it.